Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. There's a YouTuber that I watch every single day. And when he doesn't post, I rewatch his videos over and over and over again. Because this man, this genius of finance, is one of the best investors that I have ever seen in my entire life. The 10-year chart extraordinaire, known as Professor G. And now we get a sneak peek into his high IQ, totally not overlapping, totally not performance chasing, clownish random allocation portfolio. So let's go ahead and react to this portfolio review from Nolan Gouveia. And I'm going to give you my honest thoughts.
I think it's about time that I finally updated you on
Make sure we're sharing. Okay, we're sharing.
What my portfolio looks like as of the end of 2024. I'm going to go through each section of my portfolio to show you exactly what I invest in and why, and then I'll also give you exact percentage compared to the rest of the section, but then also compared to the entire portfolio. I recently went over this information with my private Patreon group along with some future buys that I'll be doing in the next.
Sign up for my Patreon, bro! See? If you had signed up for his Patreon, look at that handsome guy. Probably uses face filters. Loser. If you had signed up for his Patreon, you would have already seen his amazing portfolio. You would have seen the 10-year charts that he pulls up and buys ETFs with. Why aren't you signed up to his Patreon now, bro?
Next couple weeks and also over the next year. If you want to be in on the inside scoop before I announce it here on YouTube, it's only $20 per month, and we do a live Zoom with all the members in the group every 2 weeks where you can ask all your questions and learn alongside hundreds of other investors.
So if it goes up a lot, I should buy it. Yes. That's his Patreon.
Click the link down in my description to join. My name is Nolan Gouveia. My students call me Professor G, and I made this channel to make investing simplified. I'm going to go over each section individually, and then I'm going to bring together the entire portfolio. Many times when I meet with individual clients, they show me their portfolio and give me the percentages based on that portfolio, but really what they're doing is giving me the percentages based on...
Wait, clients? What clients is this guy? Is he his financial advisor? I mean, he's dumb enough to be a financial advisor, but what clients are you talking to? Are you building people financial plans? Are you giving people investment advice? I hope not.
Off of that one piece of the portfolio. We have to look at the entire thing to make sure that you're balanced correctly. So let's start here with my real estate section. To me, I don't count one's primary residence, where you actually currently live, as an investment. Now, if you're house hacking, or if you are renting out a room or renting out the casita or something like that, or you have an ADU even, that would be something where you're bringing in money with your house. But other than that, if all you're doing is paying down the mortgage and increasing your equity within the home, you're not actually making money from the house. You're kind of actually spending money to live there, but
you spend money to live everywhere. But eventually you pay off the mortgage, and with inflation over time, your mortgage gets cheaper.
But it is kind of a makeshift savings account, and so I do like it, and I do think, you're building equity, and it's a great thing to have, obviously. But when I'm talking about investments, I'm talking about something that's going to put money into your pocket, something that's more of an asset in that regard, and so I'm talking about rental properties here.
Okay, I mean, I agree with him. I generally agree with him on this, okay? I'm not going to give Mr. G-String here too much flack for this part of his video.
You guys can debate down in the comments section whether or not you think the house is an asset or a liability, but to me, I'm talking about rental properties. So I used to have two rentals. I used to have a short-term rental where
Okay, from an accounting perspective, a house is an asset. Always an asset. And a mortgage is a liability. You take the house's, book value, I guess, in accounting, minus a liability, and that's your equity. A house is always an asset, okay? But from personal finance speak, I guess it's a liability because you're spending money. But technically, it's an asset. Take notes.
I would do Airbnb, and then I have a long-term rental. Both of them have their pros and cons, and it was good for me to go through both different types, but to me, I'm definitely more of a buy and hold investor when I'm talking about stocks and equities. So for me, that long-term real estate...
Stocks and equities. That's like saying cash and cash equivalents. A stock is an equity. Why are you distinguishing that? It's the same freaking thing, clown. Oh, my arm and my arm.
Long-term rental is something that's a little bit more in line with my goals and just my amount of time that I have to even work on it. With the short-term rental, the Airbnb, I could have had a property management company just handle that and I would have gotten a paycheck or whatever every single month, but I didn't really want to do that. I like to be hands-on in whatever I do. So I tried that for about 6 months, maybe 9 months or so, and then I just decided I don't really like this. I sold out of the house. It was something where I broke even on it, so not the end of the world there. I did learn a lot of things. But in my long-term rental, that one has been amazing. I bought that one in 2019 or so, right before COVID, right before all the price appreciation in homes. So I feel
Wow, you're a genius, bro.
very blessed. I'm very thankful that I was able to get into that before all of that and when the rates were down low. So for me, I definitely see the value of holding a home and having a home, and recently being able to rent that thing out and then being able to have a long-term renter is just very, very solid. You get much more peace of mind and they treat it like an actual home because they're going to be living there for a long period of time.
I mean, it depends on who you get, okay? Some renters can be good, others can be a freaking nightmare, and it's a very concentrated investment. It's one property. One property. I don't like real estate personally, but, you know, everybody's got their different opinions.
So for this portion in my portfolio for real estate, it's pretty straightforward. I used to have 2 rentals and now I have 1, but we'll be hunting for deals in 2025 with the rates.
See that? It says sold out. Okay. That's what Professor G String did. He sold out to the algorithm. This is emblematic of his entire portfolio. He's going to sell you out.
Hopefully coming down to a manageable range by late 2025. So now is the next section in my 401k/403b. For my university, it's a 403b, but you probably have a 401k or a TSP or something of that nature.
Of course he works at a college. Get a freaking real job, loser. He works like, I'm a professor. Professor of ball scratching. Yes. Taxpayer funded jobs. What a loser. What do you teach, bro? What's back there? California Baptist University? The man in the arena? Oh, yeah. What's your degree in, bro? Business economics, bro. QQQ, bro. I got a degree in finance, bro. QQQ, VTI. Yeah. Shut up.
Sure. This one's pretty simple as well. When you go to look at what types of options you actually have within your retirement account, your 401k or whatever, they're usually a bunch of different types of names and they're different types of accounts, a lot of target date funds, maybe S&P 500 funds, some growth, some small cap, some mid cap, and they all have crazy fees. So you have to really look and find which types of accounts you want to invest in, but watch out for those fees. For me, the best one that I found and the one that I usually recommend with my clients is going to be something like a large cap US fund or something that tracks the S&P 500 or the total US stock market. For
Shocker!
me, I chose one that tracks the S&P 500, and that's what 100% of my 403b is in. So now for my next retirement account, I also...
Okay, that's his most reasonable account. I'll give him that. He has one ETF that does not overlap anything. That makes sense to me. I don't agree with S&P only, but at least it's like there's a logic there, okay? But it's going to get more degenerate, I guarantee you.
Also have a Roth IRA. And so I used to invest in the Roth IRA just normally for the first couple of years of having the Roth IRA. And then recently, over the last couple of years, my income has exceeded the threshold that you're allowed to invest directly into the Roth IRA. And so I've been doing the backdoor Roth IRA every single.
Yeah, all that growth bucks is probably paying off, isn't it now, bussy boy? I bet you know all about the backdoor.
Year. For my retirement account specifically, I definitely just believe in the 3 ETF portfolio that I talk about all the time on this channel. These will just keep building and building until retirement age of over 59 and a half. My 3-fund portfolio consists of a foundational section like the S&P 500 or total stock market index, a less volatile section like a value or dividend ETF, and then a more volatile section for higher risk but hopefully higher reward like a growth ETF.
I've said this 1,000 times, okay? His first portfolio was by far the most reasonable. The S&P 500, one ETF. All you need when you're in the growth phase is one ETF. You don't need multiple ETFs. All they do is overlap. He's just overlapping and adding complexity. It makes no freaking sense. Just put, if you like US stocks, just put VTI in your Roth. Seriously. Not financial advice, bro. Why do you need 3 freaking separate ETFs that basically equal the S&P 500? Because you're an investment clown.
Since I have such a large amount going to the foundational portion in the S&P 500 in my 403b, I don't invest in that here in the Roth. So my Roth is pretty boring and mostly split between 2 categories. For dividend/value, I choose SCHD, which is the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. And then for the growth side, I split between 2 growth ETFs and a Bitcoin ETF. On that side, I have 20.
I'm trying to understand this portfolio. So he's got S&P 500, reasonable. I get it. I may not agree, but I get it. Okay. And then he's got Shada at 50% in his Roth. And then he has 2 growth ETFs. Why do you need 2 growth ETFs? SCHG and QQQM, they're probably massively correlated. That's like having VU and VTI. Doesn't make any sense. And then of course, he's got Bitcoin. Because why not? It's the future, bro. Look at the past performance, bro.
25% in SCHG, 20% in QQQM, and 5% in the Bitcoin in the...
Why 25 one and 20 the other? Like, I don't... Tell me that he's not making up random freaking numbers here. Tell me that he's not making up random freaking allocations here. No, it's really thought out, bro, because 50 is a nice round number and 25 is a nice... Shut up. Okay? If you put this whole portfolio together, it would basically be the S&P 500 with Bitcoin. So just buy the S&P 500, clown.
Fidelity Wise Origin Bitcoin Fund, FBTC. So in the Roth, I'm 50% value/dividend and 50% growth. But in my retirement in total, I'm about 40% foundational, 30% value, 30% growth. So now to the fun one.
I don't even know what to say. It's just random percentages for random ETFs. But you think his portfolio is going to be the same in 10 years? No. Whatever does the best in the next 10 years, he'll be in it. Guaranteed. He is the 10-year chart, 20,000 billion IQ investor. Look at the 10-year chart and buy what went up a lot.
Taxable brokerage account. And this one I have the most positions compared to everything else, but it's still pretty light compared to what most people have. So,
of course you have most of your money in taxable, because you didn't understand the impact that taxes have on a portfolio.
I'm going to tell you from my smallest position all the way to the largest position. And my smallest position is actually one that I made even smaller this year. When I was doing my MBA studies, I was all about this guy out in China that was just absolutely crushing it. And he was building a business that was actually better on paper than Amazon. And it was actually doing better in all categories than Amazon. Was about to take over the world. But then the Chinese government came in and just snatched that thing up. And this guy was Jack Ma, and his company is called Alibaba. So at the time when I was investing in this, that company was a behemoth. It just looked like it was going to go crazy and just get bigger and bigger.
Wow. If you don't get the joke, I briefly invested in Alibaba. But once again, his logic isn't, oh, I think the market's mispricing Alibaba. I think there's too much fear in China relative to the reality. No, it's a big, good company that's going up a lot. That's why he bought it. That's his logic. Tell me, prove me wrong that he just buys stuff that goes up a lot. Show me a real legit thesis that explains anything else in what I'm saying right now. It went up a lot.
But then the Chinese government came in and did what they did, and it gave me a crash course in learning that not all governments are the same. So I definitely won't be investing in any individual companies in China or those types of governments ever again, but it was a good lesson for me and for my students. In my portfolio, about 0.5% is allocated to Alibaba at this point. The next position...
Just freaking sell it. Like, if you just said you don't want to invest in those companies, and then you keep it in there. Sell it. 0.5%? That's useless. That's like a rounding error, basically.
Is the newest position as far as individual stock within my portfolio. We all know that AI is just booming and is going to continue to boom, and I wanted to get in specifically in the software side of AI, and so I chose Palantir. This is a new position.
Oh, it's a new position. What did Palantir do recently? It went up a lot. Palantir! Oh, now I can make content about Palantir and get a lot of views. Oh! Guys, he doesn't buy stuff that goes up a lot. Trust me.
And so it makes up 2% of my taxable brokerage account. And on November 18th of this year, I told the Patreon group that I'm buying, and many others did the same. In 1 month, we're all up over 21%.
Oh my God, he made 21% a month. He's a good investor. Oh my God, sign up for his Patreon, bro. VT, what did VT probably went down this month because the market's gone down. So you could have bought VT and it would have went down. But if you had bought Palantir because you would have been in his Patreon, you would have been up 21%. Sign up for his Patreon now. He bought a stock and the next month it went up 21%. He must know what he's talking about. We're not in the clown market, guys. No, we're not, bro.
The next individual stock in my account here is Disney. Again, I really like the CEO Bob Iger back in the day, and I really like the competitive advantage and a couple of the other things that they have within this company. But I bought a lot of this back then when I was really doing more research specifically in individual companies at the time. And since then, I haven't really added to it. Disney makes up about 2.5% of my taxable brokerage.
Well, he didn't add to it because Disney's had a rough patch recently. That's why he's not buying more.
Next stock that I hold is Apple. I don't need to say a lot about Apple here because I'm pretty sure we all know.
Apple is the number one holding in the global marketplace. It is, what, 4% of VT? 6-7% of VU? Why do you have a growth ETF, which has Apple, VU, which has Apple, and then you're so smart that you also buy Apple individually? What's it going to show next? Meta? What's it going to show next? Microsoft? What a genius.
Know who they are and what they are. They're just going to be a great company for years and years to come. But I do think the next year or two, they're going to trade a little bit sideways as they figure some things out. This stock makes up 3% of my brokerage. Next is...
Okay, I personally think Apple's a bubble, but you know, Apple did go up a lot, so I get why he bought it, okay? It's Apple, bro. The market isn't pricing Apple appropriately. He's got an advantage on Apple, the largest market cap company in the world.
Probably my favorite company overall, just because I looked up to and have learned so much from Warren Buffett. And this is Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire makes up about 4% of my brokerage, and I'll be adding to this position more in 2025 and even now, because with so much cash sitting off to the side, I know Buffett's poised to make some big moves soon. My largest individual stock is Microsoft. They're the clear leader in the world of AI, specifically broadly, and I've invested so much in building out AI and just having...
Have you heard of Microsoft? I've never heard of Microsoft in my life. The memes write themselves. This guy is a meme. Apple, Microsoft, Palantir. Come on, man. He's such a grifter.
In their hands in anything that has to do with AI. Along with already having such a sustainable and strong business model from before, they just added this huge piece to the business. They also have...
Yeah, nobody knows that except you.
So many governmental contracts and such sticky customers that this company is just going to continue to soar.
Nobody knows. What do you mean it's going to? That doesn't mean anything. The market already knows that. You think you knew that and nobody else knew that about Microsoft? Oh my God. This is so bad. Large cap companies. Basically, he's buying the top of the index over again. Wow, really risky there.
Microsoft makes up 5% of my taxable brokerage. So in total, individual stocks make up 17% of my taxable brokerage. The next position is made up of 12% in SCHG. Then I also hold 10% in QQQM. So of my growth ETFs, this makes up 22% of my
random percentages.
Taxable brokerage. Then I hold VU at 30% of my brokerage. VU is the S&P 500 and is one of my favorite ETFs, but one could also go with SPLG here because it's the same thing except the share price is way lower. They both track the S&P 500.
Why? That doesn't matter. You can buy fractional shares. It's cheaper, bro!
The same. My last holding here is the dividend portion, and for that, you all know I love SCHD. SCHD makes up 31% of the brokerage account. So for this portfolio, when you group the correct stocks within the correct categories, it looks like this. 31% in dividend/value, all of that is in SCHD, 32.5% in growth, and that's split up with 10.5% growth stocks and 22% growth ETFs, then 36.5% in foundational. Berkshire Hathaway and Disney are considered foundational in my opinion, and that's 6.5% in the stocks, and so then I have 30% in VU, or the S&P 500. Next is cryptocurrency.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Started investing in crypto. It was back in like 2018 or so. And when I first started...
sorry to keep on. He called crypto investing. He said the word crypto in the same sentence as investing. You are a piece of trash, Professor G-String. You are garbage. You stink. You got... green fumes coming off of you. That's what I see when I watch your channel. You are a degenerate. You are lost, young man. Call me. Book a consultation. We need to talk. You're going to pay me, but we need to talk. Okay. You're a little special. You got some developmental issues that need to be resolved. Okay.
Started out, I just really liked to research all the new technology that was coming and specifically all the little altcoins and how they work. I thought that the problems that they're trying to solve were definitely ones worth solving and that they made a good case as to how they could solve them.
Like what? Dogecoin? What are they solving? How to lose your money? Oh, I want to lose my money. How do I solve that? Dogecoin.
That's usually how good businesses are built, so I was thinking that maybe this would be the same. After many years of research since then, I really only believe in Bitcoin. I do believe in the blockchain technology behind all of this whole crypto space.
Because it went up a lot.
But specifically, Bitcoin is the only one that I've really been adding any money to since the last couple of years. So my largest position here by far is Bitcoin at 72% of the crypto portfolio. My next largest position is Ethereum, and that makes up 15% of the crypto portfolio. Next is Cardano, which makes up 8%. And then I hold Chainlink, XRP, Polygon Matic, and VeChain, which makes up about 5% in total. Again,
hey, Professor G-String, Poopy Shart Fart Coin is about to go to the moon, okay? You should check it out and do some research about how it's going to change society. Poopy Shart Fart Coin.
I do very much believe in Bitcoin and in the blockchain technology in general. I've just seen way too many people lose way too much money too quickly and get the rug pulled out from underneath them with pretty much everything else in the crypto space. So I'm still a little bit weary about almost everything else, but I do like
isn't that kind of a clue there, Professor G?
Bitcoin. So on to this next section here, and like I tell all of you to do, I want you to have cash on the side for some emergencies, and I do the exact same thing. The closer you are to retirement, the more that you should have in cash, or the more that you should have at least outside of the stock market or outside of any risky type of assets, because we want to keep that money as stable as possible. For me, I keep about 6 months worth of living expenses in a high yield savings account, and then I have just a little bit extra that I've been stashing every single month, just in case we do see a big dip in the next year or so, which it's looking.
Oh, now he's timing the market. Now he's a market timer. Just hold cash to buy the dip. And then there's no dip. Just, the dip's going to come. Oh, trust me, bro. And then you know what he's going to do? He's going to hold cash to buy the dip. The market's going to go up 30% more. And then he's going to buy the thing that went up the most. I guarantee you that's what he's going to do in that scenario. He's so predictable.
Less and less likely that that's going to happen, but I've been putting just a little bit aside. Most of my money I've been dollar cost averaging every single month. But anyway, my high yield savings account makes up about 3% of my entire.
That's the strategy. Doesn't make either you're DCAing or you're not. You don't partially DCA and partially buy the dip. You either DCA or you don't. It's that simple. Okay? Professor G-String, but you wouldn't understand the concept of efficient markets or optimizing portfolios because it's a little too hard for you to understand. Simplicity. I guess you're a very complex man because you're a professor. Oh, I'm a professor.
Portfolio, and I'll show you that in a minute. Another category that I have that you may not have, but some of you probably do, is one specifically for my business. Any good business takes part of their profits and reinvests that.
Oh yeah, the business is where his money's coming from, aka YouTube.
Right back into the business to help it grow or to just make it better for next year. I've been doing that in every single one of my businesses over the last 15 years, and it's always worked out very, very well for me. This makes up another 3% or so of my portfolio as I hold this in a cash account as well. So now I'm going to bring together my entire portfolio and show you everything as far as percentages for the entire portfolio. So you.
And y'all say VT's stupid. I will never understand my critics. It doesn't make sense. You say I'm the dumb one, and then you're about to see this monstrosity? Really? Come on, people.
Have a better idea of the entire thing. When I meet with my clients, I try to make sure and get the full picture and get the entire portfolio so that we can both look at specifically where there might be holes or where you're overbalanced in certain things. And we want to make sure specifically that your risk is in the correct categories and that you're investing for your specific.
Yeah, he understands. He can't even construct a portfolio that doesn't massively overlap, but he's going to be able to assess your risk. Yeah, I'm sure.
The goals and not just something that you've seen somewhere else. My portfolio looks like this because it works for me and it hits exactly what I'm supposed to in order to hit my goal eventually. Yours might look definitely different than mine, and we both will be right. So here we go. My high yield savings.
No, you are not right. Your portfolio is basically every single mistake you could possibly freaking make as a beginner investor. overcomplicated, highly concentrated in past performers, cryptocurrency that you think is investing. You're the biggest noob I've ever seen. Like, if I just like gave a child access to a brokerage account, their portfolio would probably look like yours. That's how bad it is, okay? It's bad. This is a very garbage portfolio.
Savings account makes up 3%. The cash on the side for my business makes up another 3%. The crypto side of the portfolio makes up 12%. Real estate is about 23%.
He's got 12% of his portfolio in crypto. Oh my God. Okay.
The growth section is 18%. SCHD, or the value/dividend part, is 18% as well. And then foundational for the S&P 500 is 23%. Crypto is never meant to take up that much.
Okay, can anybody give me, like, logically, think about it. Like, tell me, find one reason.
Foundational for the S&P 500 is 20.
Find me one reason that disproves that this is just a random mismatch of random percentages. Seriously, prove it to me. Maybe I'm just not as intellectual as Professor G-String here. This is just random crap. Random shart crap. Okay? 12% of his portfolio in crypto. 12%. I would be crapping my pants if 12% of my portfolio was in cryptocurrency. Disaster.
3%. Crypto is never meant to take up that much of my portfolio. But like I said, I've been investing in it for about 6 or 7 years now.
He's been investing in it, guys.
And it's appreciated a bunch, especially lately at all-time highs. And so at the end of this bull market, probably sometime in the middle of 2025, I'm going to...
Oh, he knows when the bull market's going to end, bro. He's going to sell it right before the crash. It's easy.
Cut that in half, take those profits, and put that into the 3 ETF portfolio. I'll be adding to my 3 ETF portfolio every month in 2025, and for sure Berkshire Hathaway, Microsoft, and Palantir as well. Watch this video on exactly what my 3 ETF portfolio is.
Palantir, bubble stock. What do you say? Microsoft, one of the largest companies in the world, already in it's probably in all of his growth ETFs and in VU. It's probably not in Shada. And then Berkshire Hathaway, which is also like, I think in the top 10 or 11 in the S&P 500. But those went up the most, bro.
Is and how you can understand it a little bit more to make your portfolio a little bit more balanced and stronger. Or watch this video that I just did this week to keep you going strong in your investing journey. I think it's about...
What a cheese ass. Hold on. Let's go to the end.
Journey.
Hey, guys. So what y'all think about Professor G-String here? And you say I'm the dumb one? I will never understand. All right, guys, book a free consultation with me. I'm a certified public accountant. I will do your business or personal taxes. Any state in the United States, LLCs, partnerships, S corporations, C corporations, personal returns. Book a free consultation. You can talk to me for free. And then I'll give you an upfront quote for your taxes. And I'll probably beat your CPA unless he charges like $100, which, no, I'm not doing your taxes for $100, okay? Book a free consultation. Pen comment at the conclusion of this live stream. Ryu, how much do you bench? I aspire to be like you. I want to have those pecs. I've always been made fun of for having small pecs. But I rep 215. I don't go super heavy. I rep 215. And I actually injured my arm. So I've been taking a couple weeks off of lifting. But yeah, I usually just rep 215. Professor G said the world is going to call in U.S. debt. Guys, there's a call provision on U.S. debt. You can just call the debt, bro. Most of the debt's owned by Americans and the government. The government owes to itself, and then it's mostly Americans and institutions in America. Like, China's gonna call our debt, bro. You know what America would say? Yeah, we're not paying you back. And then they would just not get their money back. And I got a jet pretty soon, because I actually do have a client I have to talk to shortly. I see people allocating their portfolio with VTI, VU, and Shada. It's much better to buy individual stocks. Well, I disagree with that. I mean, that's a stupid strategy, but I still think that's better than like having mostly individual stocks. Oh, please. Talk about the degenerate. Yeah, I heard he has Bitcoin in his emergency savings. Could somebody post the link in this live stream or like in the comments when the live stream's over. I want to react to his video where he says he has his emergency savings, supposedly. This is what I was told, in Bitcoin. I want to see that video. Strongman's cheeks are so chapped for me. Bro, I've lost it all. Bro has room to talk since he took a loss on Baba. Can't take advice. Why not? I took a speculative bet. It didn't work out. Okay. Find one investor that got everything right. And you know what I did? I kept it to a small part of my portfolio. And I'm doing just fine. See, Jeremy Lefebvre can buy like 10 companies that go down 99%. And you clowns gargle his balls. Oh, Jeremy, oh, you're so amazing, a good investor. I lose 30% on Alibaba, and I'm the hugest hypocrite in the world. That's how YouTube works. Make it make sense. I don't understand. I'm trying to understand. You probably watch Professor G, don't you, burner? You probably are Professor G, loser. I should lie. Oh, I'm up on China, bro. I could lie about that. Ads. I do have that. I was watching it on premium. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Jack Bogle said, you should wipe your butt with your left hand instead of your right hand. So I wipe my butt with my left hand. God, you people, like, oh my God, I want to slam my head on the wall. USXO. It's so easy, bro. Q. Has Apple, Microsoft, like, but come on, it's already in all the top holdings. Go look at VT. What's in the top holdings of VT? Why would I buy Apple and Microsoft? It doesn't make any sense. USXO. Professor G is definitely from the school of Stockmo. I'm surprised they haven't collabed yet. I'll check it out. I got to meet somebody shortly, and then I'll be able to do more videos. Are you trolling me, boy? I've said for 1,000 times. Well, I did do like a seminar one time covering basic taxes. Maybe that's what you're talking about. Okay, if you want to buy that, email me. But what I'm offering is tax preparation. I am a certified public accountant. I am the coolest CPA in the world. Find a cooler CPA than me. Seriously.
I got my visor. I'm a CPA. I got my suspenders.
Losers! You want me to do your taxes. That's right. All right, we got some time here. We got some time.
US Expo.
Bro, why are you divorced? You're hilarious. You know, for some women, it's just never enough, boys. I could be 6'10", trillionaire, worship the ground she walks on. Not enough. It's not enough. Yeah, I'm surprised Gil isn't here. I had fun in that video. All right, guys. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to do a video going over my 23andMe. I got a bunch of videos lined up. I got to meet this person. And then, oh, look at those abs. And I'll be doing some more live streams tonight. So everybody like, subscribe, book a free consultation. Let me do your taxes. I'll quote you. If you don't like it, you can just not talk to me again. It's fine. But you can talk to me free, bro. How could you miss that opportunity? I'll even wear a shirt for you. Maybe. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, book a free consultation, and have a wonderful night. Cheers.